Konnichiwa YouTube! Welcome back to Archeage 2.0 with your host OnlyOneShinobi. And you may recognize this character back from the early days of Morpheus launch. You may realize that the land I had here has grown quite considerably. I now have a upgraded thatched armory house, 2 gazebos, and a nice little 16 in the back here. May purchase some more land in the future. But basically I've got this all set up for bears because back when I made the animal breeding video, we talked a lot about yata, but we didn't really cover the bears. So today what I'm going to do is just cover the last step in the RNG process with bear breeding, and that is raising your animals. So for those of you who aren't familiar with breeding animals, I'm going to go over a very quick summary of how to raise them up to this point. And what you do to get your very first Polaris club. Basically, you need to, well, place your bears on your farms, obviously. You want to place them down. They look like this. Cute little animals there. Cute little teddy bear. So cute. Blizzard cubs, you want to place them around, and you want to get males. That's the first step in the RNG process, is when they grow up, they're either female or male. Now you want to space out the males so that they can hit everyone in a 3 bear radius. So if you've got neighboring farms like this, for example, this guy here on the edge will hit 3 to the left and also 3 on the other farm. So he will reach all the way over here to this female on the edge here. So if you've got multiple farms, you can go ahead and place them on the edges of your farms if that's going to be useful for you. But my recommendation is to try to place them in the middle so that they reach the most females as possible. Someone over here is hungry. I'm so sorry. I forgot to feed you. And there we go. Okay, so after the first step is done, you get your males. Basically every 24 hours in the case of Arctic climate, or 20 hours in this case, I'm not really sure, they will proc an RNG status update. So basically you've got your regular bears like this female bear, for example. The male bears go through a similar process. When their status updates, they will either be hungry, sick, thriving, or in the case of males, they will become a stud. When they're a stud, that's your second step of RNG process complete. Then you go up to the stud and you make it mate, and it will mate with all the females in a 3 bear radius. Once that is complete, your female bears will be recovering. That means they just had sex and they might be pregnant. So after another 21 hours or so, you come back, and then all the females that have mated will go through an RNG process to get pregnant. And here's where that starts to differ from yata. Now, when you do yata, you have a chance of getting 3 different types of babies that will automatically become mounts. When you do bears, you get something called a Polaris cub. All the bears will release a Polaris cub. If they get pregnant, they will have a Polaris cub. So if they're pregnant, that's step 3 in RNG process, you will get a cub, and there's still 1 step of RNG to go. So what does that mean? Well, basically, all the bears will give you this Polaris cub, and you need to raise it like you would any other bear. So we're just going to find a spot to put him down. I've already prepared some Vita seeds and some water. So let's go ahead and place him here and hope that we don't get attacked during this process. We place him down, and we're going to place our Vita seeds on the side as well, just to let them grow, because he's going to be hungry. And then we start dancing and feeding him and bathing him, etc., etc. Now, basically the last step in the RNG process is once he matures into an adult, there are 2 types of bears he could possibly be. One is a battle pet, which is probably most common, and the second is the mount. Now, everyone kind of wants the mount. It's a special mount. It is white bear, and when it gets to level 50, you can do some other things to turn it into a black bear, kind of upgrade the mount into its, I don't know, elite version, I suppose. Takes a lot of honey and a certificate. If we get a mount, we'll go ahead and talk about that in a future episode when I get him to 55. If we don't, then we don't, and we'll just have to see what happens. But we're going to go ahead and finish the RNG process here and see what happens when our Polaris cub is mature. And there we have it. Let's go ahead and check and see what we've got. We've got an Urson. We've got an Urson. What does that mean? This is the battle pet, actually. So if we summon him, we now have a battle pet. This is not the mount, unfortunately, and this is most likely what you're going to get if you buy the bears and do them yourself. So clearly, this takes some time. I have friends who have done this for months on end, raising every bear that they've got. And they get a lot of battle pets and rarely get a mount. So if you do finally get your mount, it will be special. And you can proudly show that off. Okay, so the reason why you want to do this is because you can get this to become a mount, and the mount is pretty cool. He has some unique skills and abilities that he will do to take care of you while you're traveling. There was a point in time where the cash shop did have a Bjorn mount as well, but that is a brown mount. So this guy, when he reaches level 50, when the mount reaches level 50 and you level him up, will be black. So you can ride around in style with the elite bear Urson mount. But today, unfortunately, we've just got a battle pet, so we're just going to go ahead and rename him, and then we'll use him for battling. Count Dooku. There we go. That's going to be all for this episode. I hope this makes things a little bit clearer as to what happens with bears and the RNG process with breeding bears. If you have any other questions, feel free to leave a comment, and stay tuned for more episodes. 2.5 patch is right around the corner, and I'm super excited, so I will see you all when it hits. For now, Shinobi out.